University. We're delighted to have you all here for a special occasion to officially open our Student and Community Counseling Center. A dream that came together in very short order and has now become a reality. And it owes, we owe this day to a number of people who have made a real difference in driving this agenda and making us think boldly about how we can serve both our students and the community. Let me introduce some dignitaries. I'm going to try to get everybody. I think I can recognize all. First of all, our founding president and the founding first lady, Roy McTarnigan and Bev. Great to have you here. Members of our board, we have a good turnout today. Fall is back. We're getting to see all of our board members. Robbie Rebstorff, Joe Fogg, Jamie McDonald, Leo Montgomery, who am I missing? Any others that didn't make it? Well, thank you all for the Board of Trustees. Always supportive, always involved, and always very much committed to making this a great university. We've got at least 2 members of the legislature here, Heather Fitzenhagen and Bob Rommel. Thank you. I want you all to... Is Ray here too? Oh, well, Ray is here. Well, Ray, oh, where's Ray? Way back there. Ray, you got to come out so I can see you. Ray Rodriguez, thank you, Raymond. Appreciate you being here. And I will simply parenthetically say, throughout at least my time here, this local delegation has been remarkable in helping invest in this place and invest in the things we can do to serve our constituents. And it's been a real pleasure. Want to make note of the architects who helped design this, Bird Hill Pollock Architects. I think they're here somewhere represented. And of course, the contractor who built it, Chris-Tel, Howard Wheeler. There he is. Hi, Howard. Good to see you. I'm not going to pick on you hard. I was going to say, please stand up, Howard, but you are standing. Thank you. Good friend and a very good member of the construction industry that supports us in many other ways. Thanks, Howard, for being here, and thanks to all of you. And let me just make just kind of a quick historic context for this building. I came on board a little over 2 years ago, and one of the things the university had committed to do, thanks to the generosity of David and Elise Bartley, was to create a clinic that would serve the community but also train future mental health professionals. And I would say, I think Elise may concur with this, we had a spirited conversation, the initial one, about how to get that done. I want to just emphasize spirited and conversation. There were some other things. And the original plan, quite candidly, was to, at least in my judgment, shoehorn this program into a building that didn't quite meet our needs, but at least would meet the spirit of our commitment. And we began to talk about the notion that if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. And so thanks to particularly Steve McGarrah, to our board, our foundation board, and to particularly to the Finance Corp board, we were able to fashion a way in which we could build this building with our own resources, not having to go to the state, and place it in a place that would not only serve our students in the community, but send a message, and send the message that we care and that we're going to do it right. So Steve and your team, foundation board members who are here, thank you, and members of the Finance Corp who helped us round out the finance, thank you all very much. It was a very complete team effort. And as I think you know, my primary job is to be the cheerleader for the team, and the team yet again did a great job. So thank you, and particularly the Bartleys, and we'll hear from them shortly. But let me start by introducing the person who has carried the torch for this program for some time, and who has been relentless in the pursuit of the program and the building in every possible way, Dr. Maddie Isaacs.
Let me lower this a little bit. Well, thank you, Dr. Martin and Provost Lorenz, especially for their understanding and support in helping us make this building a reality. As President Martin mentioned, the graduate counseling programs were among the first when FGCU opened in 1997. And along with the big dreams we had for FGCU, our faculty saw our future in serving the community with good graduates and a hope to grow enough to have an on-campus facility that would serve as a counseling lab for training our students and for faculty and student research. Looking forward 22 years, we couldn't have imagined this reality today. It surpasses our every early ambition. The second floor is now a beautiful home dedicated to counseling, training, and research, with a community counseling center and faculty offices, together where our students need us to be. As an applied field, we need actual clients, so our new lab space becomes the community's new counseling office that adds access to individual, group, couples, play, and family counseling, as well as school consultation to underserved populations in English and Spanish at an affordable price, all under the watchful eye of expert faculty supervisors, themselves practitioners in the field. Our students will learn by observing faculty and each other, gaining immediate feedback using a state-of-the-art video system, learn practice management, receive specialty professional training, work in interprofessional teams, and conduct research with other disciplines. In anticipation of this center, we already expanded our curriculum and specialties, and as soon as next year, the first graduates who have been trained in our community counseling center will fill regional workforce gaps and provide counseling to our community as the next generation of our counseling colleagues. Next Monday marks the beginning of the future schedule expansion, new specialty areas of service, interprofessional practice with interns from social work, and research with occupational therapy, and by partnering with outside organizations in unique ways. We will establish telehealth and distance counseling protocols to train our students, extend our impact, and increase the diversity of experience that our students get. This long-held vision was codified in FGCU's strategic plan several years ago. Our faculty and staff have all pulled together to provide hard work, vision, support, connections, curriculum, and expertise to make this happen. Doctors Finn, Garcia, Mercer, Sabella, and Tillman, and Ms. Harper, Holzem, and Wenk deserve our thanks for helping our department get to this point, and the whole Marab College team these past years, including Dean Cordova and Interim Dean Glacken, Susan Bauer and Ann Hansen, as well as our new Dean Ann Carey, couldn't be more supportive. We would likely still be dreaming our big dreams without the investment and belief in us of the Bartley family. Our curriculum and expansion and vision came to reality in part with the support, hard work, and very much sweat equity of my faculty colleague, Dr. Elise Bartley, clinical assistant professor and founding director of the Community Counseling Center, and her husband, Mr. David Bartley. Fate brought them to FGCU, where they joined us, saw a place to invest their time, expertise, and resources, became a part of our department family, and jump-started our long-term plans and vision to reality. We're lucky to have them as colleagues, friends, and FGCU family. Please welcome Dr. Elise and Mr. David Bartley.
It's hard to believe we're finally here, and I'm so thankful to be here. And I want to start off by thanking my family, our 4 amazing children, Jacob, Liz, Josh, and Zach, and my wonderful, amazing husband, David, for their continued support and belief in mental health. I also want to thank President Martin, along with Jim Lorenz, Dr. Lorenz, and the leadership of Florida Gulf Coast University, the Department of Counseling, Maddie, Abby, Russ, Molly, Ann, Yarrow, Deb, Julieta, and Madeline, along with the numerous departments at FGCU who've come together to bring the Community Counseling Center to fruition. Most importantly, I want to thank the students for sacrificing so much to help others in our community that are struggling with mental health and wellness. The commitment to their education, to the field of mental health, and the Community Counseling Center will make a long-lasting impact to Southwest Florida and beyond.
Thank you and good morning. I am David Bartley, and I'm here with my lovely wife, Dr. Elise Bartley, who has a dream that is for everyone to be able to get mental health care they need. Nearly 4 years ago, we approached Florida Gulf Coast University with this dream. Today, we are celebrating a significant first step in making this dream happen in our community through the Community Counseling Center. I'm thankful to the leadership at FGCU in making this happen. I say thank you to all of you who are present here today. I'm also thankful to my wife for being so fearless and bold in sharing her gifts and passion that is already making an impact here at FGCU and in our community. This building and the services that will be provided to our community through the Community Counseling Center and to the students at FGCU through adaptive services and CAPS is a long-term investment that will tremendously enhance the future success of our community, this university, and our students. I now invite Dr. John Bruner to share with you the importance of CAPS and adaptive services.
I've never been in an event before where a seat had my name on it and I missed it, so. That's typical. You know, all you have to do is ask my wife. I miss a lot. One thing that I've learned hanging out with Mike Martin is that he and I are at the stage of life where we say what we truly believe and feel and not worry about what others think or whether they agree. So, President Martin, even though I know you will not agree with me, I would like to first and foremost thank you. It happened because of your leadership. Higher education should be a model and lead the way by example for the rest of society. The space of this building, and the services provided here do exactly that. Most importantly, the over 2,000 students who utilize counseling and psychological services and attend over 13,000 sessions every year, thank you. Speaking for Corey Bright Kerrigan, the Director of Adaptive Services, the over 1,400 students who are registered in adaptive services, also thank you. We know we make a difference in student success because we know that every fourth hand that you shake at graduation belongs to a student who during their career at FGCU was seen in CAPS. We also know that 81% of the students registered in adaptive services return for their second year, and 76% of those students registered graduate in 4 years, and the other 23% graduate in 5 to 6 years. Pretty good for an area where sometimes students are considered to be at significant risk. Corey is not able to be with us today and sent me this statement to share with you. The Student and Community Counseling Center allowed us to design our space from the ground up, which has provided a most functional and efficient space for the services that we provide our students. This includes a study lab, tutoring, and testing space. It also has given us room for growth, which is essential to the overall FGCU population growth. It has provided us the opportunity to be physically closer to other departments that we connect with frequently, such as CAPS. Since moving in a week ago, we have seen the excitement of our students as they create this new space as their home away from home. And this will ultimately assist in their overall success. She also added that I am supposed to say this. Corey is an amazing person and fabulous director. She is my best hire, and there's no one else like her at FGCU. After all these years, she should know better than to send me something like that, even in jest. For CAPS, the building represents giant steps forward. We have gone from 19 counseling rooms to 29. and 1 group room to 3. We have for years used a satellite office in Holmes Hall for our trainees. Now our 14 administrative staff, 14 full-time clinicians, 2 part-time clinicians, psychiatrists, part-time nutritionists, part-time testing specialists, and 7 graduate trainees and a postdoc fellow are all together in one fabulous space. I know how fortunate I am to be part of this great team, but most important, I know how fortunate our students are to have such a hardworking and caring group of people addressing their mental and behavioral health needs. I do not need to share the preponderance of research and data on the mental and behavioral health struggles facing today's college students, not to mention American society in general. But rest assured, FGCU is fortunate to have an excellent and dedicated staff in CAPS, and I can never thank them enough. Speaking of space, I want to thank Facilities Planning for working with us to use every square inch possible to create the great space in this counseling center. We have not worked out all the bugs, and we will develop additional features, but we did our best to maximize service space for students. We are still moving in, if you will. There are things to unpack and a lot of bare walls, but bear with us on that. We are, however, a fully functioning counseling center. So we do have 1 student group that's meeting today, and I would ask that you visit us on the 3rd floor between 11 and 11:45, only to ensure student privacy. Again, I want to thank President Martin and all who made this outstanding counseling center possible for our FGCU students. Thank you all for caring and being dedicated to the mental and behavioral health and well-being of our students. Thank you.
John is so taken that he has a reserved seat. He plans to spend the rest of the day here, as a matter of fact. John and Jim Lorenz and I are all part of a club we formed of people born in 1947, and we're all hanging on the best we can. John, I'm glad you have a seat. Stay there for a while. To speak on behalf of the local delegation, we've invited Representative Fitzenhagen to say a few words as well, and then I think this is another opportunity for us to recognize how much the local legislative delegation have done to continue to advance this institution, not just recently, from day one, but boy, they've been terrific in the recent years to get us to where we are. So, Representative Fitzenhagen.
Thank you. Good morning. On behalf of all of the Southwest Florida delegation, I too would like to thank the Bartleys. I would like to thank President Martin, Provost Lorenz, Maddie Isaacs, the board, everyone that's here today. I can't really express to you how excited that I am about this moment. I believe it's a watershed moment in mental health. I'm looking out in the audience, I'm seeing people from Community Foundation, I'm seeing my good friend Kristen Collins, Angela Melvin from Valerie's House, and many of you that have been working so hard to improve mental health services in Lee County and beyond. There have been times when I thought things were really dark and that we weren't making progress, but today I believe it's a watershed moment, and this is going to be a beacon of improvement in mental health services in our community. So once again, on behalf of all of us in the delegation, thank you so much for all your hard work, and I look forward to mental wellness for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. And again, Representative Rommel, Ray, and the rest of the group, thanks for believing in this place and investing in it. So now, I think we have to do the official ribbon cutting. If you don't know who this is, I'm going to point her out. She always stands over here reading the script to make sure that I've only wandered slightly off of it. Nicole Russ sets these things up. Thanks, Nicole, as always. Does a wonderful job and keeps her eye on us and makes it all work. So now we're going to do the official ribbon cutting, and I've got to announce who's going to be in the first group here. Okay, so here's the plan, right? We're going to have an official cutting, and then everyone can take a tour of the building, and we may do some photos with some others, and Nicole will orchestrate that. But the official first group is Kitty Green. Where's Kitty, our Vice President for Advancement? Dean Carey, Jim Lorenz, Mitch Cordova, and the Bartleys. Is that right? Okay. So we'll get everybody up here, and we'll do it right. Who's got the big scissors? Oh, there they are. Let's have a Lisa. Lisa, you should cut the ribbon.
I know, nobody should ever trust me with scissors.
Oh, he's in my way.
The official mix and makeover thing. Thanks for coming out.